Everybody, Dean Young Home Tech. Hope everybody's doing well today. Getting ready to go into an inspection here in Reidsville on this glorious day. Real quickly, I want to go over something from my previous inspection, the one it was before this one. There was a concern in the garage area of some cracking. There was some thin line horizontal cracking, there was some stair step cracking, and there was some shear cracking. Shear cracking is when it goes completely through the block. So those were my concerns, and it was on both sides of the wall. On the front wall, you had the grading lining up. Say this is the wall, this is the front of the house. The grading kind of meets like right in here, and then I got a porch that kind of steps up a little bit. So you got all that on this wall. So when I look at that wall, I see the horizontal cracks. When I kind of look from side to side from the garage, when I'm outside, I'm looking in the garage and I'm looking on the outside, and I can see where things lining up. And it appears that there's been some moisture issues or some type of settlement going on there to cause these cracks. And on the backside wall, you've got an upper deck pretty high up, and it looks like they've done some things around there. I don't know exactly what they've done, but it looks maybe some posts were adjusted or replaced. Something's going on there on the deck area. Maybe that's the potential of why these cracks are there on that side of the wall. So this was a for sale by owner, which you guys know I do not like, but the house was pretty much vacant. There was some items still there, mainly in the garage, around the perimeter, of course, but they were there the whole time. It was the owners and I guess one of the owner's parents. So there was 3 people there just because they wanted to be there. So this is for sale by owner. Again, the house is pretty much vacant. So I left, and the buyer and the buyer's agent were still around the garage area, and the homeowner was asking some questions, and it always makes it uncomfortable. So I start walking off, and I could still hear the conversation, and I hear the agent talking about the garage wall. And then the homeowner, of course, was like, oh, those cracks have been there for years. Trying to play it off, trying to play it down. Listen, here's my analysis of this and my concern. My perspective is, recently in Florida, you had that building collapse. I think it was it like a hotel or a condo or something? Back since some point of the 90s, during an inspection, it was noted that there were some cracks and issues that needed to be taken care of, which never were. And so look what happened. Look at the end result of what happened. It may have been back in the 90s when this was noted, but look, this house that I inspected today was built in the 90s. So you got a condo or hotel or whatever it was from the 90s that has some cracking issues. Structural engineer made notations. Nothing was ever done about it. I don't know if a lot of you know much about Greensboro, but on Market Street there's some apartments. Used to be called the Village. Back when I was around that area going to school, it was the Village Apartments. I believe now it's called the Moorhead. Several years ago they had a balcony collapse. Those apartments had been there for years, probably in the 70s, 60s, 70s. I know they've been there a long time. So my point is, just because nothing has happened at all, just because it's not getting any worse, doesn't mean that one day something's not just going to happen. So that's why I don't like when some agents, and especially when the for sale by owners or homeowners are there present trying to talk to the buyer, and downplay everything. The reason I call out what I call out is to have further evaluation by the proper professional to make sure that my concerns are relevant or not. So if I call out a thin line crack or whatever, and they look, oh, it's just a little crack, it's been there for years, whatever, and the structural engineer comes out and says, man, this is a so-and-so crack, and the low points are here and here, and this thing's going to get worse, or this is going to this, you need to do this and this and this. That's why I call things out, for the proper professional to further evaluate and make sure there really is a concern. There may not be a concern, but I'm going to err on the side of caution. I'm going to be looking out for myself. I'm going to be looking out for the buyer first. First is going to be the buyer, because we've always got to protect ourselves in this industry. So when I recommend who to call for this issue to be further evaluated, I'm always going to call out the top of the line person for what I'm looking at. Things with horizontal cracks and shear cracks, I'm going to be going for a structural engineer. If you want to get a general contractor out there and he says, oh man, that's home inspector, I know what he's talking about, they always try to throw people under the bus. You don't know what he's talking about, man, ain't nothing wrong with that, just fill in, you'll be all right. Well, guess what? He owns it now. So if anything happens, it's on him. But there may be some things I may call a general contractor on, but most of the time I'm going to the highest person. So again, guys, I don't want to step on toes and fingers and stuff like that, but when I call out stuff, especially agents, do not try to downplay things on this report just to make a sale, just to earn your commission. You know, these people are putting up lots of money. People have been saving for a long time, especially in this market. First-time buyers, the young generation, they're just being outbid. They just don't have it. They don't have the money to put up, and when they do, they want to make sure that it's going to be a good home for them to put that kind of money up, and it's hard all the way around. So, I mean, when you do your walkthrough, just try to look and catch some stuff. Don't be doing those walk and talks, because you're going to get the inspector in trouble and you're going to end up putting yourself up for a lot of liability. So anyway, guys, I'm going to have some podcasts coming up soon. Still waiting for equipment. It's on back order, and they blame it all on COVID. It's COVID's fault. But anyway, I want to have some good podcasts. I've got a lot of videos out there that are popping up on my YouTube channel. I've got a lot that I have not uploaded. They're there. I just got to do some stuff to them and get them out there. But there's a lot of older videos, starting small and I'm going big. And then hopefully the quality and experience will be a lot better once I start doing the podcasting and the live streaming from a controlled environment, structured environment, better quality sounding, better quality video, and all that good stuff. So anyway, guys, if you need a home inspection, 336-998185. I know there's been a little slowdown here with people going back to school and the COVID, and it's all ramping back up in school. And I know a lot of classrooms are losing kids, and they're not doing a lot of the online stuff anymore this year, because I've talked to several educators and I found out why. Only under certain circumstances that you can do the online is because a lot of kids and parents were taking advantage of online learning, and they wasn't doing their homework, and some parents were doing kids' homework, and when they do benchmarks and stuff like that, where parents were doing kids' homework, they were scoring a lot higher. So then the next semester, kids were getting a lot harder homework because their parents were doing their work for them, because they're out there doing vacation and running around and doing stuff they shouldn't probably be doing. So you make it hard for everybody else. I didn't really believe. I'm not a person that believes in the online learning, the whole environment. I think it's ridiculous. You need to be in the classroom. You need to learn right then and there. Because if you're doing your homework at home and then you come back and you get good grades and then you do classwork and you're getting bad grades, you know something's wrong. You're probably looking your answers up on the internet, or you're getting your parents to do it. So anyway, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to quit rambling. 336-99-8185, hometechnc.com. We'd love to book an inspection with you guys. You take care and peace.